This video is my point of view taking senior photos as a 17-year-old photographer, as well as my commentary explaining my thought process behind each photo. I hope you guys enjoy.
All right, for this next photo, I'm gonna have you right here. You're gonna be having your hands kind of back like this, and then I'm gonna be over here and you're just gonna be looking at me like that, all right?
Like this?
Yep, and then take those hands and kind of like spread them out. There you go. Looking at me, big smile, 3, 2, 1. You're just ready to get out. All right.
So prior to the clip you just looked at, we actually did 2 other photos. The first one was her sitting down on a bench, just playing with her hair, moving out of her face. Something pretty easy. And then the second photo was her kind of on this lamp, which you're looking at right now. And my thought process with those 2 were just kind of warm up a little bit, get in the groove of taking the photos, and then you're looking at the clip and you see her sitting down. This is a really easy pose. I just had her throw back her hands. We did the first one vertical, and then I actually liked kind of how it looked, and so we did the next one horizontal. Again, just trying to get warmed up with my photos, right? As a photographer, it's easy to do like the mechanical stuff of changing your ISO, changing your aperture, those kind of things, and knowing how that'll affect your photo. But what really comes into the creative aspect is posing, and that's not something I'm particularly good at. I started off secondary shooting weddings, and so I would always hear the other people pose and I would just take the photos. Really easy stuff, but when it comes to actually posing myself, that's somewhere where I still kind of lack. And so I'm just trying to get warmed up, trying to get in the groove of how am I going to pose her during this shoot? How can I get her comfortable with the poses? What's the easiest thing I can have her do? Sit down, right? She doesn't have to think about her legs. And then all I have to say is, okay, throw your hands back, look at me, and it's super easy. Now to the next part.
My hands are cold.
Oh yeah. It felt so sunny in the car, and then when I'm out here, it's freezing. Yeah.
No, it wasn't that windy earlier.
No, I felt like the heat. I thought my heat was on, but I just felt it on one side. I checked. Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're gonna do something right here.
Okay.
You're gonna be standing like this, and then you're gonna kind of like grab your hands, okay?
Okay.
And you're gonna be sitting right where I'm at, and I'll be over there. All right, exactly. And then if you want to take like a small step forward, there you go. All right, big smiles. And then go ahead, once again, play with your hair. Yep, perfect. Smile. Now I'm gonna come in closer. And then let's do both hands, like that, yep. Like really play into it, like the hair's kind of itchy, yeah, there you go. I don't want to ruin all your hair, but all right, there we go.
All right, so now looking at these photos, the first one was kind of weird, right? I was still not in the groove, and I was like, what's something professional that could be generally used? I'm like, oh, hands together, right? So that one was a little iffy. I don't know if I'd use that pose again, but nonetheless, it was worth a shot. The second one, playing with the hair with one hand, I liked the concept. I thought it was a good idea. Only issue is I kind of forgot about that other hand, and so the photo ended up looking maybe a little off just because one hand's not doing anything. Nonetheless, I still think it looks good. Then I was like, oh, let me get close. I like the one hand. I really cooked up with the second. I think that one captures just a lot of her face. It kind of draws you into the center, and all around I think is actually a pretty good photo. So one of the things I definitely need to work on in the future is not forgetting the small stuff like, oh, where's that other hand what's that other hand doing? Those kind of things. Nonetheless, it's still a really good photo. I think the smile was good, having that in there, and it's just kind of a cool pose in general that I'm definitely going to use again.
Okay, this is gonna be a little weird, but I promise it's gonna look good, all right? So I'm gonna have you stand right where I'm at, right here, and then you're just kind of like sway around, okay? Yeah, I know, it looks weird, but trust me, all right? Hold on one second. And then just kind of laugh a little, smile, more exaggerate, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. Perfect. You took it like a champ. All right. I know it seems weird, but when you see the photos, you're like, oh my gosh, that looks so good.
So with this little idea, I found it on TikTok. I thought it was a good idea, and I still do think it was a good idea, but my execution was poor. Why? Because the sun was kind of like behind her, on the side of her, and what ended up happening is we got a lot of weird shadows all over the face. So the photos didn't come out exactly how I'd like. Still, I liked the smile that she was giving me. You know, it looked playful, it looked fun, and that's something I'm gonna do again. And then another good thing I did here was I was making her laugh. You know, I was being funny, she was giggling, and what that does is it allows her to relieve the stress of thinking if the photos are gonna be weird or the poses are weird, and allows her to just relax and be like, oh, this is kind of fun, this is cool, whatever. Where she can now understand that the poses might be weird, but I'm trying to reinforce the fact that even if the poses are weird, the photos are gonna look nice. I think a lot of photography isn't just taking good photos, but letting the other person know who is getting the photos taken that the photos are going to look good. I learned this in wedding photography, you know. You just got to reinforce the fact people fall in love with the photographer more than the photos because they can't see the photos immediately, but what reinforces the fact that you're a good photographer to them at that moment is how you are acting. Oh, this looks beautiful, kind of reinforcing, oh, these look good. Wow, it's gorgeous. And even sometimes what I would like to do when I was taking wedding photos is kind of show some photos. Oh, wow, look at this. Oh, you guys look gorgeous in this. You know, that kind of thing. A little bit of glaze here and there. And so I didn't show her the photos, but I did tell her, hey, that looks cool. Oh, yeah, that's more like it. Oh, that's funny. Trying to get her to laugh, to giggle. And instead of just telling her to smile, being funny so she naturally smiles, we get that good smile out of her. So that was my thought process behind that section.
All right, I like these flowers, so we'll do something with that. Okay, I'm gonna have you like go it like that. Here, let me see how that looks on you. Like kind of like, yeah, there you go. Kind of like that, and then, yeah. All right, come over here next to these flowers. And don't worry, if it looks weird, I'll tell you. And then give me a big smile. We'll just wait for these people behind you to pass by. All right, let's go for it. So come up here on the side. Gorgeous. Big smile. Okay, I'm gonna have, oh yeah, good.
We're gonna pause right there and you'll notice those flowers had caught my eye. I wanted something that was naturally vibrant, right? Those flowers were naturally vibrant. It adds color to the photos. And so I was like, oh, let's get her in there. The pose was cool. I liked the hands back. I really liked how that came out. Got some photos of that. Now to this next part.
Okay, close your eyes. Okay, open them. Look down at the ground, but only with your eyes. Does that make sense? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, perfect.
I feel like I look scary.
No, you don't, trust. Go for it. Look up at me. Gorgeous. I know you're like, that doesn't look like that though, don't worry.
Right here, I had the idea of her looking up at me with her eyes where her head's down and only her eyes are looking up at me. I fumbled explaining that, right? Back to the word vomit thing. That's what it was. I was just spitting out a bunch of words. I didn't know how to like tell her what to do. And I didn't like how the photo came out. Still cool concept. I use that a lot during like wedding photos where the girl is looking at the guy with her eyes, right? The bride is looking at the groom with her eyes. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's kind of like romantic in a way to do it. And so that's probably where I got the idea for that from. Then again, I don't think it went together with that. And I don't think it came out exactly how I wanted. Despite that, still worth a try. You're not going to deliver every photo you take. I think it's better to take some bad photos that could be really good or really bad than to not take them at all because you might be missing out on the coolest photo you've ever taken.
Oh, I like this. I'm gonna have you like walk towards me from right over here, and you're gonna be like pretending to like move the hair out of your face, okay? So from right there, and then give me 1 second because it got really sunny really fast. All right, go for it. No, it's perfect. All right, let's do it one more time. And walk past me and look at this time, look at everything except for me. Hold on, let me get more back. Go for it. Looking around, left, right, up, down, everywhere but me. Perfect.
All around, those photos were simple, not much to say about them, just something easy where she just walks by. I spent a lot of time getting rid of those frizzy hairs on the top using Photoshop because it was windy that day and, you know, she's touching her hair, she's ruining it, which is my fault, obviously. She spent a lot of time making her hair look nice, and a lot of my photos involve the hair. So, yeah, that's that.
You want to come here for one more photo? Okay, you can just ditch the jacket for a second if you want. Okay, this might look weird, but I'm gonna see. Here, let me come here. You're gonna like, just kind of like this, okay? I know, once I see it, I can readjust it. Oh wait, actually, hold up. Let me see there for a second. No. Okay, yeah, now that you say that, I can't do it. She said it kind of looks wrong, and now I can't take it. That's all I'm thinking about. Yeah, now you threw off my head. I was like, oh shoot. Because I'm gonna be looking at the photo and I'm like, dang, this is the dumbest photo I took.
That's what my other teacher, Mr. Stevens, would want me to do. He'd want me to facepalm. Because, yeah, now that she pointed it out, it looked wrong. And obviously my photographer head wasn't thinking that. I was just trying to get a photo in because we had spent a lot of time between the last photo and then walking. So I was like, oh, I just want to get a photo or two so she knows, you know, I'm locked in still. I'm still getting the photos. And so I was like, hey, it'd be cool to, you know, throw her hands here, kick up the leg, something nice like that. But obviously, she pointed out it looked wrong. And she was right. It did look wrong. It was not a thought that was connecting.
Sorry, it's a little bit of a walk.
Good exercise.
Oh yeah. You're gonna come right here, lean back, kick up the leg, and then like grab your hand like that. Looking at me with a gorgeous smile, right?
All
All right. Boom. Yeah, there you go. And give me a smile. All right, big smile, 3, 2, 1. Big smile, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm gonna get one like this. 3, 2, 1. All right, perfect.
Once again, another easy pose. I saw the pillar. I was like, oh, that'd be cool to have half of the photo being the pillar, half of it being her, and something easy. I probably overused the word gorgeous on this shoot, but it's something where it's like a photographer could say, you know, you got to be careful with what you say. You got to compliment the person you're taking photos of, but you also don't want to give the impression that you're kind of like hitting on them, I guess. Especially as a male, I figure it would be weird if I was using all the terms girls use when taking photos, so yeah.
You want to do another walking one here? Okay. You got it. Okay, this is gonna be a little weird. Let me actually set up my camera because I don't want to end up throwing it off the bridge. All right. I want you to pretend like you're walking on a tightrope this way, okay? So you're gonna be like,
On a tightrope.
yeah, there you go, perfect.
Okay.
So go over there. And we might do this like 1 or 2 times. All right, go for it. Big arms, big swings. Oh yeah, there you go. Looking around. All right, we're gonna do it one more time, okay?
So retarded.
Oh, good call out.
Sorry, guys.
You're all good.
My mom's a photographer. I get it. Don't worry about it.
All right, boom, like big ones, looking around at everything but me, okay? Go for it. Boom, big, looking to your left, looking to your right. There you go. Perfect. All right, we'll get moving in.
Chef's kiss. Those are great. Only con is I need to work on like shooting like flat and level, so that way I don't have to rely on like whatever the heck it's called, the auto level thing to fix my photos, because you'll see I think one of those photos is at least somewhat crooked, and I probably spent a good 10 minutes trying to figure out how to level them all together, and clearly I failed, and I'm not going back and trying to figure that out. That's not happening. I don't think my mind could process how to level those, but yeah, good altogether. Love the idea of just doing that. It's something simple where I can just tell her a prompt and she can complete it, and we get some great photos out of it and some great smiles too.
I saw that story of Charlie shoes. Were you with him then?
Yes.
What even happened? He showed me a video of a girl walking in the mud.
Emily.
Emily.
Was like this. She's like, oh my god. And I was, it was through, you know, by phase 3.
Yep.
And like that big muddy place.
Yeah.
Where they're working. Well, he goes, let's go through here. It's
Who, Charlie
faster."
said that?
Yeah, and we're going through. So these shoes were completely covered.
Oh, you followed him through. You didn't let him take a step before you.
Yeah. No, he went first, and nothing happened. And then as soon as he got to the middle of it,
Oh,
he went into the first and bad. It got on a handle from that shoe.
really?
Get it off.
I saw that. Shoulder. Give me a nice smile, all right?
My legs crossed.
Yep, legs crossed. Boom. Perfect. Hold up, it's really dark now. I'm gonna actually come right here. Now I'm stepping in mud. All right, give me a nice smile. And then I'm gonna have you like your head straight. There you go. Big smile. There you go. Really? Okay, hold up. This lens does not zoom. All right, looking at me. 3, 2, 1. Gorgeous. There we go.
All around, those photos were good. At first I realized her head was kind of tilted, so I was like, hey, let's readjust that real quickly, make it straight. And then towards the end, her head was probably facing the other way a little bit, but honestly, I don't think that's an issue. I think the photos still turned out really well. That's something I got to work on, is just noticing those small things and being able to politely adjust the client, without coming off as like, I don't know, over posing, you know. I still want these poses to be natural, but we also want to take those small things and adjust them because we're in a controlled environment where we're controlling how these photos come out.
All right, you can get up now. I would not recommend walking that way.
Yeah. Can't make that mistake.
No. Okay, stop there. And then look back at me and smile. There you go. There we go. Okay. And then do what you're doing with like the hip or whatever in like your back pocket.
Okay.
There, that looks good. All right, we'll keep going.
At this point, we had just finished doing some walking photos, and I was like, hey, stop. Turn back, look at me. Boom, she turns around, looks at me. I get a cool photo of that, and I'm like, hey, fix your hair. But right before that, she goes to take her left hand into her back pocket. And I like that pose, and I'll explain why in a second. But first, I had her readjust her hair, which was like a nice, cool photo. And then I was like, okay, go back, do what you're doing, throw that hand in the back pocket. I like that photo because what it does is it means the hands aren't just doing nothing. They serve a purpose in composing the image, and then her other hand wasn't in frame, so you can't even see that. Nothing to worry about there.
Boom, like this. And then you look at me, okay? And then just try to be careful because there's a lot of mud. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Gorgeous. Look at me. And then we're gonna do that thing where your head's looking down and then look at the ground and then look at me with your eyes. And then do the same thing with your eyes shut. I like that. Hold that, hold that. Keep your eyes shut. And then look at me. Smile. Take your right hand and move your hair out of your ears. Or behind your ear. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Perfect.
Love these photos. I wanted to do something cool at the fence. That first one where she's just like looking right at me, the one that you're looking at right now, that's probably my favorite from these fence photos. It was just simple. It looked nice. It was pleasing to the eye, and it wasn't anything over the top, something simple. And then the next two, I love the idea, and I needed to have the fence, like I had to have her doing what she was doing. The only issue is the sun. You know, when you're in a place, like a natural place, you have to always remember where the sun's at. And I failed to realize, like, it's going to cast a little bit of shadow on her eye. I didn't think it was a huge issue, and I wasn't going to go fake it and add, like, unshadow it, if that's even possible. I was just like, okay, it's not the end of the world. I don't think she's going to notice, and I myself really had to look to, like, kind of remind myself, oh, that's an issue with the photo. So those came out good. Just next time I got to rethink, how can I use what's around me while still keeping in mind what the sun is doing.
I like the sparkly heels too.
Thank you.
Wow.
You're kind of looking like, was it Dorothy? You said you had. Yeah.
All right, we'll get going this way, okay? Dude, I feel bad.
It's okay. It's kind of like we can make it.
Yeah. We're gonna just do the look around thing again where you're just gonna look over your shoulder, okay?
There we go. Go up.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
Don't fall.
All right, where?
Right where you're standing, and then you want to take off the jacket?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got one.
You're gonna be looking back. I'm gonna be over here, so you're gonna be looking that way.
Okay.
Take your entire body facing that way,
Okay.
and then take a side step right. There you go, and then look back at me. Yeah, there you go. Gorgeous. Big smile, and then use your right hand to play with your hair a bit. There you go. You're like model trained or something. All right, here we go. All right, Mom, we're gonna keep going this way.
Those photos came out great. Only critique is the last one. When she went to readjust hair, she probably popped her hip out a bit. I probably should have been like, okay, perfect. Let's just bring that hip that way. And so one thing I'm gonna hopefully pick up on as I'm continuing to take photos is when I'm posing people, readjusting their poses as we continue to take the photos. That's something I'm gonna have to work on as a photographer. But still, those three were still fire photos, and we're getting close to some of my favorite photos, so stay tuned.
I saw this cute idea, so I want to see how this looks. So if you want to take off your jacket, Grace, and then Mom, you can just stop right there because me and Grace are gonna go up a bit here. So I saw something like this where she's kind of like looking at the camera, kind of like this, and she's kind of like playing with her dress a little bit. So you're gonna stand right here and face towards Mom. There you go. And then kind of like, yeah, playing with your dress a bit and add some like motion, yeah, pulling it, looking up at me. Oh yeah. And then do like kind of like you're pulling it up just like that, yeah, perfect. Looking at me. And then, you wanna try something else? Yeah. We're gonna do that twirl thing again, okay? Yep, there you go. Dang, okay, hold up. I'm gonna do some sideways too. Go for it, 3, 2, 1, go. Smile, looking around. Perfect. All right, we'll keep moving.
Those photos were really cool. They kind of remind me of like salsa dancing or something. You know, she had that dress on. I wanted to get it flowing, you know, get some cool photos with that. No clue why I didn't add in the ones of her like spinning with the dress. There's probably a good reason for that. And it probably just played down to like me just not liking how they came out. But those other ones where she's pulling on the dress, you know, she's playing around with it, I like those. I thought those were cool.
I'm gonna blame Emily for my toes gonna fall off.
Why did she give you those shoes?
She's the one who suggested.
Oh, wear some high heels. It's gonna look gorgeous. I haven't worn high heels, so I don't know how bad they are, but they don't seem that fun.
Okay, you want to try again?
I'll pass. All right, Grace, we're gonna do another walking one up here, okay? So, Grace, I'm gonna have you come right here, and then you're just gonna be walking, looking around, walking slowly, all right? At everything but my camera. So you can look past me, just don't have your eyes, hold up, I gotta go way back. All right, go for it. Smiling while you're doing it though. Looking around, look at your right, look at your left, look right past me. Gorgeous. Look at me now, smile. Oh yeah, there you go, perfect. All right, gorgeous, there we go.
Wow, that was probably one of my favorite photos. I think everything just came into play. The wind was blowing. She looked right past me. The trees in there. I don't know why. It came together really nicely. You know, the colors were nice, and oh my gosh, it was just a nice photo. I really like that one. That's probably my favorite from this shoot, or at least one of my favorites.
Feels like it's that cold plunge.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I've done that, and that's not fun. I have, yes.
That is crazy.
Done it a couple of times actually.
Really?
Yeah. It wakes you up if you're tired.
Really?
Oh yeah, for like a little bit. It feels like if you've never had caffeine, and then you have caffeine for the first time.
Oh my god.
So it wakes you up, and then after that, you kind of like crash.
Oh, yeah. Because your body's just wanting to shock.
Exactly, yeah. Are you able to do something like this in that dress or no?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to try like right here like this?
Yeah.
And then we'll do like that, okay? I'm sorry, I know how cold you are.
It's okay.
Gorgeous. Oh my gosh. All right, hold it. Okay, I want you to do, are you gonna do this? Or are you too tall?
I think I can.
Okay, thug it out.
Okay.
Hold it. Smile. Play with your hair. We're looking at me. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
These photos might actually top the other one. They look really nice. I like the pose idea. I had just thought of it on the fly. I didn't know she could do it in a dress, but she pulled it off, so rock on.
Sorry, we're walking. We're enjoying it.
We're just talking.
I forgot you were even here. Sorry. Oh, you were slipping at the end. You want to do like a full spin?
Yeah.
Standing right there, right here, and I'm gonna go back in here. Big spin, yep. Hold up, 1 sec, I was not ready. Hold up. All right. Yeah, I'm great, go for it. Big smiles, oh yeah, there you go. Doing good. Your mom doesn't even care she left you.
Sorry. Thank you.
Yes, of course. What are your plans for the rest of the day?
Nothing really. Probably going. What?
She's at homework. Probably going where?
Hang out with Emily.
Aw, Emily. Sounds fun. What do you and Emily do for fun?
Drive around and stalk people.